charging is not a right that is therefore, we've seen a delegation led by Karua,
katika tafute jamani amekuwa
why hasn't the charge sheet been produced? That means that this is an unconstitutional. It is wrong. People are being arrested for no reason. People are being arrested because they are speaking the truth. Is that something that we want as a country? Is that the country that we want our children to grow up in? That is not what we want. So we are hoping that once they leave the DPP's office with the charge sheet, they will come here, the case will be heard, and then after that, we will be heading towards town. Sababu hii inaitwa the groundbreaking tuseme curtain raiser. Once we are done here, we are going to town. They want to impeach Gachagua. We want them to impeach Gachagua and Ruto. We will not take half. We will not take half. We will take the whole thing. We will only take the full thing. So we are hoping that the charge sheet will be brought from the DPP, and now we are waiting to see whether the case of Morara, Kebaso will be heard, and whether justice will prevail. If justice does not prevail, I saw this quote today in the morning on Twitter. If justice does not prevail, then if injustice, shikana na Wakenya wenzako. Sisi wote tunapigania Kenya. Wewe kama polisi, you have a duty to fight for this country. You do not have a duty to fight for a certain political cause.
Can we cut off this press now? I'm requesting. Please, can we cut off this press now? We'll do another press later. Please. Please. Juni mebonga na nyinyi maza amosa kombe. Hapana, amosa kombe. Lakini bali chaje lakini that also discuss mom.
That is not what we want. That is not what we want. So we are hoping that once they leave the DPP's office with the charge sheet, they will come here, the case will be heard, and then after that, we will be heading towards town. Sababu hii inaitwa the groundbreaking tuseme curtain raiser. Once we are done here, we are going to town. They want to impeach Gachagua. We want them to impeach Gachagua and Ruto. We will not take half. We will not take half. We will take the whole thing. We will only take the full thing. So we are hoping that the charge sheet will be brought from the DPP, and now we are waiting to see whether the case of Morara, Kebaso will be heard, and whether justice will prevail. If justice does not prevail, I saw this quote today in the morning on Twitter. If justice does not prevail, then if injustice is the justice that is there, then that means that the people have to stand up for themselves. We have to fight for our country, because you cannot expect a person in a Range Rover to come and fight for Mboka. They already lied to us in was it 2022? They lied to us in 2022 eti serikali ni ya Mama Mboka. Mama Mboka amefukuzwa huku town. anaambiwa aende huko karibu Kayole. Tutakuwa mtu anaishi town atakuwa anaenda kufanya shopping Kayole. These leaders are using their heads wrongly, and that is what we are against. They want to give the Adani, they want to give the JKIA to Adani. Kwani hatuna engineers wana graduate hapa kila mwaka? How many aeronautical engineers have graduated every year in this country? All this is things that we want to change. We want Kenyans to build Kenya. We do not need an Indian to build Kenya. And they are arresting people for calling out all this. They are creating false. They are making creating false stories to arrest people. They have ghost projects that do not exist. So walitoa majina zao kwa zile tuzita tombstones because those are dead projects. Walitoa majina zao and they are not coming back to continue with this project. So Morara called them out and they decided to arrest Morara. So today we are here at Milimani Law Courts. Kama unaweza kuja huko nyumbani, tafadhali kuja. We need numbers because we need to free Morara, we need to free Kenya from tyranny. So kama unaweza kuja, kama uko town unaweza fika hapa Milimani Law Courts kuja. Kama uko nyumbani unaweza fika town kuja, juu bado mapambano. Vijana tujalala, vijana tulali, tuko awake until we get the country that we deserve.
What are the charges do you think Morara will be facing today, according to you personally?
Kusema ukweli, sijui. Nobody knows the charges that Morara will be brought in with because he was arrested for speaking, and I believe it is within the constitution that you express your freedom of expression, right? If it is not right, then they should cancel that from the. Then the constitution does not make sense. It is just a what do we call it? A fiction novel. The constitution of Kenya is now a fictional novel because if they can do what they want, we saw that the acting IG had the audacity to defy 7 court summons, and then the same court that was defied. They decided that the prison sentence that he was supposed to get is supposed to be scrapped off. Where in the constitution is that allowed? Why is that allowed? These are the questions we are asking as Kenyans. We are not our parents. We are not afraid to ask these questions. We are ready. We are ready to face. We are ready to face death. We are ready to face bullets. Lakini tafadhali msinigeuze. Please. Whatever they did to that young man in Mombasa, we condemn that, and we condemn all religious institutions for not condemning that. How can you mnakubalisha wezi wakuje kwa makanisa zenu wazungumze wawapatie pesa? Are you preaching for money? Are you preaching the word of God or the word of money? So shame on you, religious institutions. Shame on all the churches that are supporting these politicians and letting them do as they please. Kenya ni home, man. Kenya ni home. Tuko pamoja.
So guys, that is what is happening at Milimani Law Courts.
No, we want to go, we were given 1 hour to bring the judge in our letter. So I think we'll go to the DP's office. Nika hadi hapa then tutaenda na wale comrade wako pale. Kama wana kesi kingine. Mimi naipenda kama hawataki. Mwachewa is a prominent lawyer.
Yeah, if there's no charge sheet, why is it? Why are they?
Unafikia ni mtu wa kawaida. Mchewa si mtu wa kawaida. Huyo anadili mpaka na kesi na magavana national hata hii akachagua.
Waambie kama hawajui.
Ready? Ni nini wanasema? Ndewa nikiwa hapa mimi am protected. Acha nitoe nini? Nikiwa na ndewa am protected. This is senior counsel.
And you know time is going.
Can't match.
Sawa, tunakuja saa hizi.
Hii itapanda tu saa hii. Acha nitafute mtu I-make busy. Kitena nini?
Hapo itapigani 10K. Washtoga takubali. Washtoga tayari amechoka. Ni siku nzima. Ndio kwaje?
Achana mambo ya So this is the situation that is happening right now. Niko sawa.
Niulize tu swali. Je, nimeongea nini?
Sawa basi ongelelea what is happening. What is happening right now?
Okay, so hope mko poa guys, cause mimi siko fine. Tuko hapa Milimani local. Today tumekuja, we are demanding for the release of our president, the 6th, Mr. Morara Kebaso. And wameamua kumshika. This is so bad. This is so arrogant of these people. We know people wenye wanafaa kushikwa wameachiliwa, they are just walking freely. Unaona? And remember, wewe mwenye uko nyumbani, you are seated, unatuangalia live, unacheka just posting Morara achiliwe and Ruto must go. Kumbuka all of us tunaumia kwa hii Kenya. Sijipiganii mimi, wewe pia unafaa kujipigania. And kitu nataka kuambia word was Morara today ameshikwa. Why don't we all come out and fight? Kila mtu atoke. Everybody inject wherever you are. Let's not leave this work for Morara alone. Anahitaji support yetu. Si tu after kushikwa tunakuja kuongea. Anafaa kuwa sometimes akiwa kwa streets, akiwa Nairobi, wewe pia kuwa huko Kiambu mahali, kwa Embo, kwa Nyanza. Do the work. Don't wait for somebody to come to your rescue. It is now high time whereby kila mtu anaona shida inaendelea. Kama mtu ni mbaya, akiwa mama yako, correct. Akiwa ndugu yako, akiwa nendo mbaya, mwambie tu. Mambo za kuficha watu na tunaumia must come to an end. Mimi naye sina mambo mengi, lakini wa Kenya tuache upuzi. Tuache tu upuzi.
Kidogo tu. Na je, Waititu washafika ama?
Hapo naye sitadanganya because I'm not sure. Niko so much focus kwa Morara hadi huko zingine sasa. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
So, kwa hivyo hujui kitu yoyote kuhusu Waititu?
Watu hivi Waititu sija follow because mimi nimeamka saa 10, nimetoka kituo, nimekuja hapa, nimefika like 7. So I have not followed anything about that, just about that. Morara. Hao watajisort na wakina Wamalu, sisi acha tusort yetu kwanza.
Na niko na swali. Tuliona jana katika mtandao wa X-Space na pale TikTok. People are rallying saying that watakuja kuandamana, but leo tumeona the turnout it was very low. What can you say about that?
Sindio, this is the stupidity that we have in this country. All that people do is looking for fame and numbers wakiwa live because wanataka nini? Wanataka watu wa join live zao. Usituambie because unataka followers ama unataka watu wakujue. Sometimes hata kaa usiingie uko hiyo live, just get out.
No.
Toka tu nje na ukuje. Saa hii tumefocus kwa Morara. Wakianani wanafocus kwa hizo mambo za shift. Inaendelea. Saa hii tumenyamaza. By the time itakuwa imepass, mtakuwa mnaanza kulia tena.
Na tuliona pita kiona tu.com. Jana walikuwa wanachangisha pesa kumobilize watu wapate kukuja huku leo. Maybe kuna watu ambao walibeba nao mabasi ama watu kujitokeza.
Mimi naye kikuwa kwa pesa.
Naam.
Hapo naye sita. Hapo naye sijui kabisa. Labda anaweza jibu maybe tunajua mtu akiwa kwa pesa na pesa kwa simu yake haizi kuja aniambie generali pesa ndio hii nimetumia nani. Ni yeye akona and since I didn't even send him money. Hapo naye sikushwa, labda anaweza kuendelea. But kuna vitu zingine hizo maandamano yenye ilifanyika day 25, nani alikuwa anakutumia pesa utoke kwako? Hakuna mtu alikutumia pesa utoke kwako. Kwani hii sasa hii lazima ulipwe ndio utokelezee? Mtu anaambia kuna pikipiki yako na gari, watumiwe fare. Jana watu wenye wako abroad walituma pesa ndio hiyo. Sijaona mtu wa boda. Hakuna hata keo zinaendelea huko tano. Sasa mbona saa hii basi kila mtu anafaa kusafa, muumie kabisa because this thing ni kama watu hawajali sasa. Hawajali kabisa. But this is so much painful. This is painful.
Kidogo tu.
Wenye hii Kenya inaendelea.
Morara asipoachiliwa mtachukua hatua gani?
Gai.
Achiliwa mtachukua hatua gani?
Anakosa kuachiliwa aje kwanza, hiyo ndio swali. Actually, tutachukua wataona from there. That one I won't say. Wataona from there. Yeah, we won't say, but they will see. Tutachukua action. We won't say the word, but we'll take the action.
Action will be taken.
Yeah.
Na kuna watu walikuwa wanasema kuwa wakishamalizana na Morara kishaachiliwa mtaenda hadi parliament juu ya story ya Gachagua kuimpichiwa. Je, mtaenda ama?
Mimi personally, I won't talk about Gachagua. If they go, let them go. Siwezi toka mimi na hii akili yangu kumbavu mimi niende ni protect Gachagua. Faida gani nitapata hata akibaki? Wakati watu walikuwa na wao kwa maandamano, was Gachagua not there? He was the deputy president, right? Na walikuwa na Ruto, right? Na ni Ruto alimchukua kama deputy yake. Those people are one. We can't be blackmailed ati niende nisimame na Gachagua. Hiyo ni yake. Kila mtu abebe msalaba yake aende nyumbani na kufuatane na Ruto wake.
The only reason tunaweza enda parliament ni juu tunaenda ku make sure Ruto na Gachagua wanaimpeachiwa wote pamoja. We are not going there to support Gachagua. Who is Gachagua? Who is Gachagua? Mimi ni wa Mlima lakini akwende bana. Amenisaidia wapi? Watu wanauliwa, watu wameuliwa, vijana wameuliwa wa hiyo Mlima. Yeye amefanya kitu yote. Endarasha shule zilichomwa, watoto wakapotea. Alifanya kitu yote? Hakuna. And now he wants us to support him. He can go to hell. In fact, no, if Mlima is hell, let him go to Mlima. Aende Zayuni. Because we are tired of this. We are not going to fight for these people and we know deep down they will never fight for us. Kwa nini upiganie mtu hata wahi kupigania? Wejipiganie juu, that is all you can do. We are here fighting for Morara because he fought for us. We will go to parliament not to fight for Gachagua but to fight against Gachagua and Ruto.
Yeah, I fully support his impeachment. Let him go home. After that, we work with Ruto.
Yes.
Yeah, I fully support the impeachment.
So you want Gachagua to go home?
We want
he should have gone long time ago, not even about one thing.
The entire, in fact, if it is possible for the entire cabinet, MPs, police officers, chief, DCI, everyone, if everyone can go home and we start afresh, we are happy with that.
We want to fix the nation.
We want to fix the nation. Hey, they cannot sell our airport. We cannot lease our airport at an Indian company to come and fix our airport. The engineers wana graduate kila mwaka. Kwani wana graduate waende wapi? Ndio waende wakauzwe huko.
So don't only focus on Gachagua and Ruto. Do you know that your governor of Nairobi, Mr. Sakaja, aliweka 4.8 million kujenga choo Kangemi. Na umekaa kwa nyumba unalala. 4.8 million inafaa kujenga choo Kangemi. 4.8 1 2 3 4 hadi aingie 0.1 2 3 4 5 8. Alafu you still focus kwa hiyo. Huyo mjinga ni pole. Nasikia sasa inanipanga. Kuna swali lingine.
Niko na swali ya mwisho. Tuliona Raila alienda AU. Ni mtaona kama ataanguka ama
anguka nayo anaanguka. You know, Raila Odinga is a serial loser and we cannot expect him to win this time.
You are still asking about kama ya Kenya ndio memkataza hiyo atapata wapi?
Na akianguka je, mtafanya maandamano juu? Hiyo ndio kawaida yake.
Tunaandamania nini? Unless tunaandamana ile sherehe.
Tunaacha Nuru Okanga na Moshi wana wataandamana.
Tunaandamana na watu wao watano. Sisi hatuandamani. Hatuwezi andamana. People died from was it July? People died in the first protest, in the second protest. And what happened ni huyo Raila alipata yeye na marafiki zake wakapata viti. And what did they do for the people of Kenya? Nothing. They remained quiet. Akaguzwa hivi akaambiwa atapewa kiti ya AU. Hiyo kiti haipeanwi. Ruto does not have power in the entire Africa. So Raila unaanguka and we will be here to celebrate your downfall. This is the last time you will be standing and we hope you fall terribly. Terribly. Sisi kama wa Kenya tunaomba sana uanguke.
Sawa, asante. Twende huko. Mbona jana tukawapenda? Naomba watu endelee kusimama. Press. You want to say something?
Sababu umetusaidia sana, umetusaidia kwa mobilization. Hata saa hii hakuna mtu anafaa kushikwa na kiu ya maji sababu hata mimi mwenyewe niko loaded. So wale watu wa online, tafadhali kama mnatusikia, kama mnatusikia, kimbieni hapa, mfanye hivi, kila mtu ufanye hivi, chorea, yani ufanye nini? Ufike huko Milimani mazee mbio. Endelea. Unajua lazima ushike paka. Sawa. Jameni mazee, it's not late. kujeni hapa haraka haraka. Kumbuka umoja ni nguvu. Wale watu tuko hapa,
Hata kuna askari
tuko disappointed. Tuko disappointed. Watu wako hapa hawajafika hata 300. Tafadhali kujeni, hata kama una fare, ukifika hapa itisha chicha fare. Takupatia fare.
Chicha ni patia
tunatumia wifi ya kotini. Yetu yenye tunalipianga taksi yetu.
Enruche shisha.
So tuchangamke manze, kujeni kwa wingi. Najua kuna watu wengine nje, lakini alafu sio wakati tumefika 300.
Hii ni life ya dawa. Tena ruche wa mama pia ruche atona rebel ruche. Na msitishe na mtu yote. Hapa tuko hapa Kenya ni hope. Ni hope. Haijalishi ni askari gani. Sisi ndio tunawalipa mishahara. So don't worry about it. Aya niweke password kwanza wangu. Ebu tuma nini kuna
Nenda huko kupata serious.
Na wewe ni chukua huyu by the way.
Picha kioi. Senior.
salama.
Ndio unaoneka in Nairobi bwana. Kuna students, I don't exactly how to appreciate. I normally nakaga hivi chini, niangalia picha kioi, I'm about to appreciate, sijui niseme aje. But if people were to tell my story, I think you have the other part of the story. Uko lakini
Kofiti sana.
sasa nikudungie kidogo bana. I know it's been a while.
How have you been, bro?
I am good.
Oh, okay. Very stuff.
Jana. Napenda sana.
Nataka nikushikie.
Champion kamera ile cha kwa hapo. Kamera za kwa mbili. Nyingine naweza kuambia itumikaje hapa.
Walikuwa napita niingia hapa na contact.
Afanya tundo ni
Which of you can capture?
sawa. Karibia karibu. Kwa sawa.
Picha kioi. Hata tutueleze like mambo yakoje sasa.
So far, the government has done nothing concerning the arrest of Morara. Only what they are doing is dilly-dallying games here and there, but we have been with them. We have been following their steps so keenly, so that we don't lose the track. But so far, so good. The Kenyans have turned out, and we are behind Morara. Team very strong, and we are strong. The whole Africa.
So Peter, you have been known of not losing up or giving up. What are your steps that you are making sure we are putting in place to make sure indeed hujapata kuanguka?
One of it is I'm very confident about what Morara is fighting for. So having known that Morara is fighting for justice for Kenyans is my happiness, because justice and humanity has always been. So in this case, I don't need to benefit anything apart from seeing Morara out. But what we have put in place is that we have put a very close watch to the government, and again, we are ready to give out our physical support, emotional support, financial support, and moral support to Morara, so that actually he feels that he is not alone.
So what are the charges do you think Morara will be facing today?
Maybe Morara will face this charge, talking the truth against the government.
So do you think that is an offense in this country?
It's not an offense. It's an offense when it comes to a country that is full of cowardice. It's an offense when it comes to a country that is of anarchy, and it's an offense that when it comes to impunity. But that is leaders who have no moral values in the society. To them it's an offense, but to us it's not an offense, because we are saying, all of us are saying whatever is being projected is just the bitter truth.
So we are currently being told to wait. We don't know exactly for how long. What are the measures? Like what exactly is happening? What people want to know exactly, because we are being told to wait.
They are buying time. Probably the government wants to launch something else or wants to divert our attention. But one thing I'll tell you is, we have enough time. If they say wait, we have enough time for them. And we will act. And we fear no one, and will not be contradicted, and will not be intimidated, and we are not losing this. Yeah.
You speaking the truth, do you think also, you personally, you might be affected exactly when it comes to being arrested somehow?
Being arrested, I have nothing to lose. So let the government arrest me, but let it stand with the truth. Yes, for the people of Kenya, we can fight. We cannot lose it.
What is your message for people? But personally, before we finish, in case the government doesn't release that is Morara Kebaso,
Yes.
what are the steps or measures are you going to take?
We close this country, we wrap it up. We wrap the country and we forget about Kenya. Yes, until they release it. The next step is we are closing this country, total shutdown. Yes.
What is the message to Kenyans?
My message to Kenyans is that do not relent, do not give up, do not be intimidated, do not be even, do not be ashamed of coming out to speak the truth. Let us stand as Kenyans and let's fight for our justice, because justice is ours. Okay, we are the face of Kenya right now, because Kenya itself is a crime scene right now, and we don't fear anybody. If it is Ruto, we are the one who elected him, and we are the one who are rejecting him. So if it's about this government of Kenya, let it be wrapped, because it is just doing nonsense. It has no value in this country. No value. Let the country be wrapped up. And if it is a total shutdown, that is what we are putting in place. In fact, the government should know that we are just planning to do that. Yes.
Do you support the impeachment of
the deputy should go with the president. Yes. Let them go home.
Kuingia ndani hapo.
Imeanza.
Niko ndo wameingia kotini. Acha tujaribu kuingia.
Ngoja hiyo. Bado imeanza. Imeanza.
Mbona mziingia ndani?
Umeingia?
Na mimi niko live hapa.
Nani ameingia ma?
Juu hapo watakubali, acha ni
Hapo mimi.
Acha niona wenzangu.
Kujeni Kerui. Kujeni mkague. Unaangalia nini yao? Sorry guys, ilibidi niweke simu, nifiche simu because I'm live. Hawaruhusu watu waingie live. That's why.
Kuna Kisii.
Sana hapa. Hatukubaliwi kuingia. They're refusing many people to get inside. They have only citizens there. Bana.
David Morara Kebaso, Morara Kebaso Senior.
Imagine.
Morara bado hajaletwa.
David Morara Kebaso, Morara Kebaso Senior.
Eventually, they will have to expand this court.
That is a good one.
fund the government and the prisons.
So now you can't just sit waiting for some person to withdraw when the others waiting now. So that's how we can move on.
1676 or 2019. Analysis calendar.
Morara, Kebaso, Morara, Kebaso.
Please record. Amaka Karua. For the Morara Kebaso together between the Chini Wamama. Honorable Jeremiah Kioni. After the jail. Janga Maina. There were Tiro. Oh, sorry, I forgot that we are taking manual. Janja Maina. Hero. Eric. Deuri. Mareno. Solomka. Nordin Kakai. Willis Otieno. I hope I have introduced all those that are present. There are more. There is Bishop Edungo.
Present, Your Honor.
Getahi Quincy. Getahi is not present. Who else is present and I have not introduced?
Yes, Aurelia Waswa.
Patrick Navin.
Present.
Michael Wanyama. Omboko Charles. Kyoko Mwende. Anybody else have left out? Yvonne Akini. We are ready to take the floor.
So you are the one reading the thing?
Yes, I am ready.
So will everyone be speaking or
if I leave something out, but if I don't, you will appreciate the nature of the case. You know,
okay.
I would not want to downplay.
I wish we had more space.
properly visible. Thank you.
Which language do you prefer?
Your Honor, on behalf of the prosecution, since there's, together with my Ondimu, together with my colleague Ms. Naika, Ms. Kerubo, Mr. Kirago, and Ms. Njoroge.
I've not yet seen. Before we hit the clip, I'm going to ask all of you to just a silence. Leaving that gentleman. Please just step back so that we give it his space. Yes,
Honorable signatory, and afraid that you have not been brought before you. Yet you did the business.
Your Honor, there are two different files. Once we are done with this, definitely will be produced. I don't know why I think they're in the same file. I'd indicated to him there are two different files.
Yeah.
These are your charges. Your charge is cyber harassment, contract section 37 of computer misuse and cyber crimes, Act number 5 of 2018. Again, on the 28th day of September 2024, I shall not raise within the Republic of Kenya, judicial regardless not before court while using export account dumped at Morara, Kebaso-Full, you knowingly, without blocking excuse, posted false information to which I quote, William Ruto approached DL Langat and told him he desperately needs more money for campaign. DL Langat used his property as security and took big loans to help his friend. Right now, DL Langat is being auctioned by banks, and the person who is buying the property is William Ruto. To make it worse, William Ruto has used his powers to undervalue the property to buy them at a cheaper price. That is the kind of a person we are dealing with. He has no friend. Contact whose information you knew to be false and calculated to punish and discredit the reputation of one David Langat. Is it so long?
Before he pleads, it looks like there's a mismatch in the charge sheet, and that it may not be worthy of pleading to it. I will be asking him to reject it under 89. If you look at the charge sheet and the particulars, if at all any name was to be tarnished, probably it would be that of William Ruto, if the particulars were not true. It would not be the name of David Langat. So what is the fear of putting the name of William Ruto as the complainant? This is a very, and you can see, I don't know how it has been drafted, but if there was a name to be tarnished here, the person who is looking like ungrateful and not quite a friend would be William Ruto. So I'm urging the court to read the charge carefully and reject it, because it doesn't, something is not adding up in this charge sheet. even if we go to trial on this, and even if David Langat comes, it will not be sufficient without William Ruto as a complainant.
Yes, Your Honor. Just to be precise on what you answered. Yes, just to be precise on what the senior counsel submitted on, there is no doubt that the particulars of a charge sheet must be able to inform the accused person what he or she is pleading to. And that the particulars of an offense as and that the particulars must speak to the alleged offense. They must clearly square out the subject of the complaint to which our client has been brought to you to plead is one Mr. William Ruto. And therefore, if the offense as drafted does have any meaning in law, to the extent that our client is able to respond either positively or negatively, the particulars must relate to the subject. To that extent, Your Honor, this charge is defective, it's not worth the paper it's written on. And our client is not able to leave it as the particulars do not inform on how he should leave. It does not disclose who is the complainant. Is the complainant Mr. William Ruto or is it PL Langat? And this is so important, Your Honor, and fundamentally important and Article 50, in the sense that shall be requiring the statements of the complainant at the trial or at the fullness of time. So if a charge sheet is jumbled up as it is, Your Honor, it's only causing embarrassment to our client and to this court. That's for you.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes,
Your Honor, if I may, the charge is brought before you this afternoon, actually.
And I see that we don't take a lot of time on this.
Yes, I'm only raising one issue. Yes, I'm only raising one issue. That the alleged complainant here is also not a witness. I'm wondering how the two police officers will be the witnesses in this matter. Yet the complainant is not. So I humbly submit, like my seniors before me, that this is a faulty charge sheet and should not see the light of the day. Thank you.
Your Honor, I will make a very short statement.
Yes,
I'm Willis Jim. An accused person. An accused person under Article 50.
Yes, Mr.
Under Article 50 of the Constitution, an accused person has a right to be informed in sufficient detail of the charges proposed against him. Sufficient detail. What is presented as a charge sheet if you look at the count 1, it talks of cyber harassment. But look at the particulars. That is where the devil lies. And where the devil lies, it sets out a purported ex post, but proceeds to show you where he's sleeping. Content whose information you knew to be false and calculated to tarnish and discredit the reputation of one David Langat. This speaks, Your Honor, to a question of reputation, not harassment. And if it is reputation, it's defamation. If David Langat or William Ruto thinks that this post has injured their reputation in the eyes of right-thinking members of the society, their recourse is in the civil court. They sue for defamation. And criminal defamation is no longer applicable in our legal system. So that if the particulars presented before you
Mr. Ochieng?
Yes.
We don't know that there could be reporting this one with blood pressure. So you need just to check on your voice so that you don't
I'll become like the bottom. I know sometimes I sting like a bee. Let me try to be the bottom of my own. I'm not eject. So, Your Honor, that's all I do. The particulars disclosed in the charge sheet speak to defamation, which is a civil wrong. The count in the charge sheet speaks to cyber harassment. There's disconnect in the two. So will Mr. Morara be required to respond to the count of cyber harassment or the particulars of defamation? That charge sheet, Your Honor, should not be registered at this particular point. And the state can advise the complainant that in relation to reputation, the Chief Magistrate's Court Milimani exists, civil division. You can go there. In relation to cyber harassment, the complainant should come with better particulars, not these ones. So having dissected those two, the the particulars of the charge and the count on the charge sheet, Your Honor should exercise your discretion and refuse to register this charge as presented before you, and direct that Mr. Morara to this set free forthwith, unless otherwise lawfully detained. So this is prejudicial at the outset. That's all.
Very kind commission. Just a moment. If I write everything, if I say the wrong thing.
That's what justice is about. That's what it means.
That's the challenge with us lawyers. We can talk about what we don't know. We don't know what I'm going to say. So I'll be writing manually because we have not set up the gadgets. We didn't know this case of this kind of coming today. So now just for your information, because now the gadgets have been set up, I will now not be writing. But please, when you speak, say your name at the beginning and use a microphone. So we'll have them transcripted.
It's a very kind commission of the matter is my runner, and I wish to address the court's statement. I'll pick it up from where my learned senior Mr. Otieno left it, and urge us to go straight to Article 25 of the Constitution on rights that cannot be limited, Your Honor. One of the rights that cannot be limited, and while all other rights can be limited, is the right to fair trial. That is under Article 25C of the Constitution. Very quickly, Your Honor, I will, with the ability, invite the court to read that together with the provisions of Article 52B, which my learned senior, where my learned senior left. 52B, is about the right of the accused person to be informed of the charge in sufficient detail to answer it. But, what has come out in the few minutes before, 50 Article 2B. It talks about what fair trial, all that is under Article 52, from 2A all through to 2, I believe, J. 52A all through to 50Q, Your Honor, is what constitutes fair trial. Such that, Your Honor, we stand before you this morning or afternoon, the accused person is clearly not able to understand, Your Honor, what is responding to. This is a provision, Your Honor, or this is a right, Your Honor, which cannot be limited. I invite court to find basis on those two articles, Your Honor, to reject the charge that have been read out. That's all from me.
I'll leave the floor to my next meeting.
Yes, Your Honor, I just wanted to say one or two things. Yes, Your Honor, my name is Eric Yuri. Your Honor, you've been referred to articles to refresh what has been stated. But Your Honor, so that you are not told that this court jurisdiction and the discretion under section 89 of the CPC, to decline these charges if you are of the opinion, and Your Honor, we persuade you to be of this opinion, that the charge sheet before you does not insufficient material disclose a case to enable the accused person to take a plea. Your Honor, I'll finally say, and I think I have said this before, if we continue at this rate, we will have to seriously expand this court. Because, Your Honor, what it would mean is that any statement that a person can make under the free speech that is guaranteed in this country. Sometimes, yes, I can say something that can be offensive, but does that constitute a crime? It's the danger that we face with this kind of practice. And Your Honor, for those reasons, and being that these courts are temples of justice, there are games that can be played. And Your Honor, I think it is also important for me to say that this court has recognized, and the High Court, I think, has recognized the manner in which of late police have been conducting their arrests by way of abduction of those people